going on, guys? Today I've got a quick little overview, first impressions video for this guy right here. So this is the Hinderer Jurassic from Rick Hinderer Knives. And so, yeah, I got this sent to me just to review and check it out. And honestly, I've been pretty impressed with it so far. Now, Hinderers are nothing new to me. I've owned multiple in the past. I've probably owned about, I don't know, 6 or so XM18s. I've owned a Fire Attack. I've handled XM24s. And I've got to say, this one is the one, the Jurassic, out of all of them that has surprised me the most. Before I get into that really quickly, let's just kind of get an idea of the relative size we're working with. So this particular model, the Jurassic, is a little bit between the 3-inch XM18 and the 3.5-inch XM18. This one's about 3 3/8 for the blade length. So right here we got it compared to an Ontario Rat 2. We also got here Chris Reeve. This is a large Sebenza 21. So we see kind of in between those two right here. This one would be a 3-inch blade length. This one, I forget, it's over 3.5. I forget exactly where it is. And then just to kind of get a little more comparison, here we got the Grimsmo Norseman. So you can see it's not an extremely large knife, but it's not a tiny knife. It really runs more that medium, mid-size range that a lot of people like to find themselves in. Now, this particular Hinderer, the Jurassic, seemingly is one of the less popular models as far as the brand goes. I think it just has to do with the fact that it's not quite an XM18. It has this kind of goofy looking little hump on the back of the spine here. And so when I would see pictures of this guy, I would never really know how comfortable it would be. It kind of looked a little awkward, but I gotta say, upon getting it in hand, out of all of the Hinderers I've handled, XM24, XM18, Fire Attack, this is probably ergonomically the most comfortable Hinderer model that I've felt. I'm very impressed with it. Size-wise, at times the XM18 could feel a little large, the 3.5-inch, but sometimes for me, whenever I'd handle them, the 3-inch ones just were too small. So this seems to strike a really good balance with that 3 3/8-inch blade. This particular one right here, this is a tri-way one, so I don't know what gen that is of the Jurassic. I don't know if that's a gen 2 or what it is. But this particular one is running on Teflon right now. Normally I run mine on bearings, but when this was sent to me, it was on Teflon. Didn't really feel like changing it out. But I do know that Teflon does break in rather well over time. And then for this, I believe we have, this would be the Hinderer Spear Point with a stonewash blade, blue stonewashed lock side, and then black G10 show side. So honestly, overall, like I said, this is just a quick impression, just a few small things. Same general design of the XM18. Visually, I'll say, because of this spine here, visually it doesn't feel as impressive or as just cohesive as the XM18 from just an aesthetic standpoint, and yet I find that functionally this is a lot better. This is a lot nicer. And because it's slightly smaller, it's going to be slightly easier on those pockets as you're carrying. And so even though this is not mine that I own, I was just sent it, I think maybe at some point in the future I might have to be on the market for one. What I will say is if you're ever interested and you're like me and you go through a lot of just knife selling and trading and that kind of stuff, just be aware that these are not going to be as easy for reselling if it's not your thing, just because it's not a more popular model like the XM18. But overall, flipper tab feels great. Feels just like the XM18. Thumb studs feel great. Let's see if I can get the Spidey flick on here, or the little finger flick with Teflon, because it'll be a little tougher. Oh, there we go. A little rougher on the fingers. I'm sure on bearings it would feel a little nicer, but yeah, I am liking it. We got, I don't know if you can really see that, we got good centering on here. So yeah, overall, I'd say for a mid-sized, hard-use knife, this might be a ticket for you if this is something that you're looking for. This one we got no lock stick on here with that steel lock bar insert. I have had many issues in the past with XM18s that have had lock stick. It's been very frustrating. I know it's something that not only I have struggled with, but other people. I'd say 4 out of 6 of them had struggled with it. This one, 0. Absolutely 0. Feels perfect. Even on the Teflon, which is not really my thing, I'd probably take personally phosphor bronze washers over Teflon, but still feels great, feels snappy. I don't feel like it's ever going to not deploy. So, yeah, I'm really, really impressed with this Jurassic. It has surprised me more than I thought it would, and so who knows, maybe at some point in the future we'll get a full review of this. And so, yeah, that's all I got for you today. So that is the Jurassic from Rick Hinderer Knives. There you go, little Rick Hinderer horsey.